So I just want to give a brief introduction about our previous class, what we have discussed. It's about the operating systems. What is operating system and what are the types we see in the operating system and different things what we do in the operating system. Now today I'm going to teach you basic commands as well as uh, how how you handle the operating system. Okay, we are using the Linux here. I'm using the Linux terminal. Okay, so here, give me a second. Yes. Where should we start? Yes. As I said, operating system, it might be any kind of operating system like Linux or Windows, even Mac OS. Any, there are paid operating systems and as well as open source. Linux is open source. It might be paid when you compare to other Linux, when you like Red Hat, you have to pay for it. They have the free version too, that is CentOS. In the same way, Windows, you have basic Windows, you can get it for free. But if you want to upgrade it for pro or professional or any kind of server environment, then you need to ask the key or you have to pay for it. So why do we use operating systems like Windows or Mac OS or Linux? Why do we use it? Any answer? No. So I'll give you example. These are used as a medium between the hardware and the software, and there are different kinds like the servers. And if you want to do some kind of programming inside it, then you can build a program using the underlying IDEs, environments, as well as the providing the security for your transactions, everything you need an operating system. Okay. Operating system is just like an engine to a car. It powers everything you do. Okay. Uh, but you don't see it directly. You don't need to see the engine of a car, but it runs in the background. You feel it the same way operating system does in a computer. I will show, as I've shown you here, it is a terminal, which is just like a interaction between you and the hardware. Using a terminal, it is just like conversation with the computer using the text kind of format. Um, I'll just close it and I'll show you how to open it. It is my blank Linux system. When you have this blank Linux system, you just need to go to uh, your terminal. You can find it using the search. Then you'll see the terminal. So it's asking me to do something. To run a command as administrator, use root, use sudo. Means it's the first time I'm running, right? So that's why it's trying to say something that you might need to run as a elevated access user. Then you need to use a sudo command such that super user do. We'll discuss about the super user later, but we'll see basic commands. I'm at somewhere in the operating system. I don't know where I am. Here it says Kishore at the Ubuntu and it stopped somewhere. I just want to see where I am. As I shown you previously, there is a root directory which starts everything of your operating system. But as I logged in as a user, Kishore, I might be somewhere in the operating system. I don't know where I am. To see that, you have to see where you're working in the directory. As I said, everything is a Linux. In Linux is a file. Even the path is also a file. That is what we call directory. Okay. Directories are the path in the Windows. Exactly what you say. If you go to Windows file system, example, I'll drag a thing here. For example, this is my Windows. This is not Linux. As you can see, background is the one which is running Linux, but this is the one running in the Windows system file. This is the same thing. Okay. When I do this, this is the path where I can go back and front. If I want to go inside the app, I just need to paste tap path app. Then I'll go to the app path. That is where you have the app. Even if I click it, I'll go to this particular path, even the source. So it's extending the path here. The same way, if you want to do it in the Linux, you have to you should know the directory where you are first, in first case. Then we will see where we want to go. First, for thing, I'll type a command to see where you're working. That is a present working directory, PWD. This is showing you where you are. Where I'm in the slash home Kishore. That means after root directory, there is a directory home, and inside it Kishore, and I'm in the place where called Kishore now. Okay. If I want to see what's inside this directory, I just need to type command ls, that is listing. What are the things inside the directory home Kishore? That is desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, snap, templates, videos. These are the things you can see. And if you want to see them in a particular way that you want to see if any uh, files which are hidden, then you need to type -a. Then you can see there is something dot which is extending with the dot. Means if any file which is stored in a directory as a hidden file, then you need to type -a after ls to see that. Okay. Uh, Here bash logout, bash rc, and dot profile. These are the things hidden files. And I'll show you another command related to ls, that is -l, which will give you a long listed things. That is here. See, these are the all the directories you can see here. I can also see some files, right? Dot bash, dot logout, dot bash rc, dot profile. Why I cannot see enough? Previously it was showing -a, but when I do -ls-l, then it is not showing the files, only directories which are existing previously. Means because I didn't give the command -a before l. That's why it's not showing the hidden files. If I pass this one -al, then it's showing with hidden files inside it. That is dot bash logo dot bash rc. So you can pass the ls command with different subcommands inside it. So how can you do that? ls-help. Then it will show you what are the commands you can. Hyphen help is the one which will help you to see what are the options you can use after a command. ls, after that you have to give the options, and if you want to pass some file inside it, or if you're using any file, then you want to see inside it, then you can use the file command. You can also place the file there. Okay. These are all the sub commands or the options you can say. These are not mandatory arguments. These are only optional. The mandatory one is the one ls you need to pass. And after that, if you want to see the hidden files or if you want to see everything inside it, then you will see using the -a. And even if it is a directory, only one you want to see, -d command can be used. So these go through -help command for any command, so that you can see what are the sub commands you can use. If you want to use inode of the particular file, if you want to see that, then I can do that -al I. Then it will show the inode details of the particular file. That is 20997157. So we'll see in the later classes why do we need inodes. Okay. For now, these are the basic commands for the ls. Ls is something which you list the files. Okay. Listing inside the directory basically. And going to our next command. I know that I'll clear this. pwd and ls. These are the commands we use till now. So I'll go back to my directory here in the Windows way. You can understand more interactively here. So if I am at the source folder, right? I'm at the source folder. I'm going to app. I'm again want to go to source one. By double clicking, I can do that. But in Linux, you won't be given any interactive way to go to any particular folder or file. So how will you do that? You have to do everything with the command way. Then you will be using the commands to change from one particular directory to the another directory. That is called change directory. The command we use is cd. Nothing give me as an output. I'm the same way. But if I want to go to the particular directory, I have to give the exact directory path or directory details of the present directory. So if I want to go to desktop, so I have to uh, provide the details desktop. Then you will see nothing inside it. But when I do present working directory, I'm inside the home Kishore desktop. If you want to go one step back, then you have to give cd dot. If I want to go two steps, where I am now, present working directory, I'm at root. So this is how you see or change your file directories. If I give cd, it will always go to my present working directory, that is a home path. Cd is the one, if you type, you will always go to your home directory as a user. If I am a Kishore, logged in as a Kishore, then it will directly go to the Kishore directory. If I log in as a root user, then it will always go to the root path, that is a slash, which I've been to previously. Okay, so yeah, I will give you another command, that is we have changed the directories, means we have changed the path from one location to another location. We can do that in a shell scripting way as well in future. But for now, I want to create a folder, or for example, here, new, I want to create a folder. I have created it. I can go inside it. We created a new folder. But if I want to do the same thing in a command line way, what is the command we use? Anyone know that? Okay, I'll give you that. There is a make directory command. That is mkdir. Okay, mkdir. After that, you have to provide a name to that particular directory. Directory is nothing but the folder in Linux. Okay, I'll give Ravi. Okay, now I can see if I list, then I can see Ravi inside this particular directory. And if I want to make Ravi two names, that is Kishore and Priya, then it will make two names inside it. You see this? You can give long listing of number of folders you want to create after mkdir. It will create number of directories you want to make inside it. Okay. Next, going to, yeah, you have created directory. Um, Now you'll ask me, Kishore, what you have created a directory. What if I want to create a file? So for creating a file, there are several ways. We can use the visual editor and after that saving it. Or you can also create a empty file using the command touch. Touch, I'll create a txt file, test txt file. Okay. When you do the listing, it created the test.txt. If you want to see if there is something inside it, then also you can see there is nothing inside it. Say file is 0, nothing inside it. If I want to write something inside it, we can do that in the next one. Okay, that is a virtual editor command way how we can write inside it. But for now, you have created a test file. If you want to create multiple test files, I can also do that. Test1.txt, test2.txt, so on. You can create multiple empty files. You see here, we created multiple test files. ls-name. If I do that, there are so many empty files, test1, 2, and test. These are all empty. So we have created a test file. And if you want to delete those files, what is the command you do it? That is the remove command, rm test.txt. Now we can see there is no test file. Can you see that? No. If I want to remove those files in a multiple numbers, then also same way you have created the touch, the same way you have to delete as well. You can give number of file names after the rm. Okay. For now, I'll create again one command touch text. Okay. For test. So as usual, I have created a directory. I have created multiple directories and multiple files. I have deleted the files. But what if I want to delete a directory? That is a folder. Example, I have created a new folder here, right? If I want to delete, I'll use the right click and I'll go and say delete. Where is the delete command? Yeah, delete. It's deleted. The same way, how will you do in the Linux? How you want to delete a file, folder? You have to give the rmdir command. Okay. After that, you have to give name Priya. If you see, if I list, Priya is gone. It's not there inside the directory list. If I want to delete, now very tricky question. Now, if I want to delete Ravi's file, Ravi's folder, then how can you do that? That is Ravi's directory. rmdir Ravi. It's failed. Why did it fail? Because there are some files inside the Ravi's directory. If I want to delete those files, I have to use recursive way. Sorry. RM. So it will delete everything inside the Ravi as well. RM hyphen. You can see that there is no Ravi directory now. So we are done with ls, that is listing, present working directory. We have used the rmdir, mkdir, and touch command. We'll go with
Sure, I have question.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. If you want to remove the, suppose if I create the one R file, name is R, inside the folder, there is no files. So just we use for the RM for the remove command, then space, just I mention the folder name like R, then it will automatically delete it. If I want to inside the folder R, we need to use for the R. Is it right? Like
No,
/R.
no, no, no,
Ignore.
no, no. You're confused, Ravi. So I came back to my original folder and I want to delete the
Yeah,
folder
inside.
I've created, then
Mm-hmm.
only I can delete it. If I am inside the folder which where I want to
Mm-hmm.
delete it, I cannot do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you are inside your question is you want to delete coming back to, I'll show you here
Yeah,
in,
yeah. Go
so my present working directory is Kishore. So what if I'm
ahead.
inside Ravi and I want to delete Ravi? That is not
Mm-hmm.
common.
Okay.
Okay, you should go back to your root directory and you have to delete. Okay,
Oh, okay.
and recursively you can delete. Okay, all the files inside it. Mhm.
Yes, that's my question. Recursive is the command, right?
Yes, hyphen.
Oh, done, done.
And coming to the next command, that is, uh, if you want to see something inside a file, how can you say that? Show something. If I've created it, for example, we are not created. Let's hyphen. Yeah, there is a file called .bash rc. So if I want to see what's inside this file, how can I see that? Using the cat command, cat
Oh,
dot bash rc. So using the cat command, I can see what's happening inside, what is written inside the file. So it has some shell script. It is saying that, see, user share document file case. It's writing a code, okay, dollar in return. So these are all the things we need to understand. We'll understand the coding later part. But for now, cat is something which will reveal something inside a file. If you want to see something written inside a file, you have to use the command cat.
okay.
And you have a file, ls dot bash logout or dot bash rc. Okay. I want to create a copy of it. Somehow my manager came and said, okay, Kishore, you have a file, but what if that file accidentally got deleted? I want a backup for it. So to do a copy of a file, I have to use the command cp dot bash rc. And this is the first one. You have to give the name of the file, and after that you have to give the name of the file you want to generate. I'll give it ravi dot txt. So if I want to see it is copied correctly, what is the command I need to use? If you want to see the content inside the ravi.txt.
Rabbit.
Yes, this is how you see inside the file. Okay. Now, I have ravi.txt, but I don't want to be that ravi.txt in my uh, present directory. I want to move it to somewhere else, like downloads or documents. It's a document, right? I want to move it to document. The command we use to copy that is, move it is mv ravi.txt to uh, documents folder. Now, if I do ls, you won't see the file ravi.txt. But if I go to documents and list, I can see the Ravi file. And for confirmation, if it is copied correctly or not, I can see this. Okay. Now you can see the copies. Sorry, the movement is done. And there is also one advantage for this mv command. What is the other advantage? You can also rename the file. If I go to documents again, I see ravi.txt. What if I want to rename it to priya.txt? I need to use the same command. that is ravi.txt to priya.txt. Now, if I do listing, you see Ravi changed to Priya. If I want to confirm again, if it is the same text file we used previously, yeah, it's the same. If I cat it. So I think you got a good understanding about MV command. Did you?
Yes. Yes, yes.
So we'll move to another command, that is echo. So echo, it's just like you want to store your memory, store your commands or something, whatever, in the memory itself, not in a file. Memory, it's a volatile. Okay, there are two types of storages. One is the volatile storage, and the other one is the hard storage. That is hard drive, SSD. These are all the hard storages. Means once you write it, they will save it till you delete it. Those are hard drives. But RAM is a something which is volatile. Once you shut the power to it, it will forget everything. It will not store. Okay. So if you want to store something for a temporary period, so you will use the command echo. For that, why it is used echo? If you ask me, okay, bro, you have it. You said that you want to store something inside the memory, but why do we store those inside the memory? Because sometimes you want to use variables. Okay, in your current environment, if you want to run some kind of script which will take your executables all the time, changing every time, but you should not mention anywhere in the file, but you want to run it each and every time, but it will change according to the time period, the environment variable. So then how would you do it? By just doing the echo, giving it as a variable, and you're changing it into the environment variable. Okay, I might be sounding very uh, high level of this thing, but eventually understand that what is the use of echo. Okay. Hello, Ravi, Priya. You can see when I do that inside the quotes, it's saying hello, Ravi, Priya, means it's stored inside the memory. Okay. If I want to save this thing inside a file, I can also do that. File dot txt. When I do that, when I cat it, file dot txt, you see this? It's printed to a file. This is how you do in real time use of the echo. Okay. You cannot open a file VI if you want to, if you don't want to virtually edit everything, save it. There is no need of it. Simply echo the text file or something and just redirect it to a file. So it will save inside a file. Okay. And yeah, for simple editors, there are so many editors we do have. That is virtual editor VI, Nano, but I will prefer virtual editor VI than Nano. We'll see that. If I want to do modifications inside this file.txt, how can I do that? If I want to add hello Ravi and Priya, I want to add Kishore as well. Hello Ravi, Priya, and Kishore. So I will use virtual editor for that. If I do interactive hi, sorry. Uh-oh. There is an interaction problem with my keyboard. If I do right arrow, it's not allowing me to go. I need to change some variables for it. Let's leave it for now. If I press right arrow, it's not taking to the next letter, but eventually I'll change it to the keyboard. So there are few other commands where you can use them for visibility. Like there are so many lines inside this file, priya.txt. Okay, where is priya.txt? Document, ls. So if I cat priya, sorry, priya.txt, you can see everything inside it. But my manager came and said, hey Kishore, you don't need to get everything inside priya, but I need only first 10 lines of it. Then what you will do? You will use command head priya.txt. By default, it will print first 10 lines of it. If you see, if you go back to this file, what are the first 10 lines? These are the first 10 lines. If you see the file now, the same thing. Now, next day, my manager came and asked me that, hey, Kishore, yesterday you took first 10 lines, right? I don't want the first 10 lines. I need the last 10 lines. Then what is the command we use? That is a tail command. You got the last 10 lines. This is how you will manipulate the commands inside the Linux. Okay. And today, my manager, in the third day, my manager came and asked me, Kishore, okay, fine. You got everything first and last 10 lines of it, but can you get lines of those which has uh, etc in it? You see etc, there are so many etcs inside this, right? This in this. So my manager asked me, in this particular file itself, I want all the lines which are mentioned with etc. Then I will use command grep etc. You see this? If I use the grep command, it is fetching all the lines with etc in it. It's eliminating all others, but it's only getting the etc existing lines. Did you got the command grep? It is the same way you do control F in your Windows when you go to text documentation or Word. If you do control F and if you want to find something with words, right? For example, you have a big documentation of 200 pages. And in that pages, if you want to find particular word from it, how would you do that? Control F. The same way you have to do it in the Linux as well. You will use the command grep. Okay. Okay, Kishore. Here in the folder file, if you want to find something called AWS scenario, here it will fetch everything you have inside it as a AWS scenario. Okay, we'll leave it AWS as AWS. I'll go to personal and here I'll search for AWS. It will search for every file inside this particular Kishore personal and it will search for AWS inside it and it will fetch the details. In the same way, if I want to find a file that is called priya.txt anywhere in my Linux, I just need to use the find command for it. If I want to fetch that file, find dot hyphen name priya dot txt. So I didn't give space. You see, it showed me that what's the path for the priya.txt. It is finding the file where it is. Okay. Do you have any questions? I gave 15 commands today. Is that fine, or do you want more of it? We can
No,
go.
that's fine. Just we gonna repeat
Yeah,
the
you just try
whichever
to understand these commands first
Yes,
today. We'll go
yes,
for
sir.
another 15 commands tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes, Kishore.
Yeah. I'm stopping the recording, and as well as